Bob Lazar has been one of the most controversial whistleblowers, in my opinion, since he's first come out in the 1980s. It was 1989 when George Knapp interviewed a man by the name of Dennis who claimed he worked at Area 51. He said when he worked there in the S4 division, he was hired on to reverse engineer some alien spacecraft. The thing with this is that people have been very skeptical of his claims. In tonight's video, we're actually going to prove that he worked there. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So you're no stranger to Bob Lazar, and if you're not, I got a quick video clip I'm going to play to you about why he was brought to Area 51 in the S4 division to work on reverse engineering these spacecraft.
You do see this technology, it's damned amazing. What is your job? What do they tell you you're supposed to do?
The bottom job is not to figure out how this thing works or, let us know what this is, just can we make another one of these? So just let us know if you can.
Can we duplicate
Yeah,
the
can we
technology?
duplicate it? Like it doesn't have to be exact, but find out how this thing works. If we need to make something that's bigger or do it but we want more of these things and just do it right now. So that was it.
And the answer is, can we? I mean, can we?
No.
No.
No. No. No, we're just not even in the same ballpark.
Is it because of materials, or we just don't
Yeah,
understand how it works?
it's both. Look, this is like dropping off an iPhone in the wagon train days and say, we're gonna need more of these.
So regardless, what I'm about to show you guys is going to be a rare video clip of Bob Lazar. I'll do a whole breakdown of him at some point in time and go more in depth about his history and stuff that he's talked about. But this interview was conducted over 10-15 years ago, and he talks about when they took the reactor off and pointed it at a candle. And I thought this was very interesting, and I want you guys to listen to this.
That alone is something amazing. Look, that can change everything we know today. Just having a machine to produce artificial gravity. Because look at what that does. We know gravity, space, and time are all tied together. There are your shields, like on Star Trek, that deflect micrometeorites. There is your protection from radiation without heavy shielding. There is something that, with an intense enough focused field, you can actually bend space. And there is something that can actually alter the flow of time. I mean, that's the missing piece of pie.
Did they actually freeze
a candle?
A flame freeze?
Yeah, now that's when it was connected to the gravity amplifiers where they could focus it, and that was.
They froze a candle?
Yeah, they had a candle lit to set it up for you. Again, there's a large, in the craft itself, there are 3 long pipes. I'd say, well, I don't know about, what's that, 3-4 feet in diameter, maybe 5 feet long. Anyway, they dangle the 3 of them at the bottom of the craft. These produce gravitational waves, and they can focus them to a point or spread them apart.
Those are what you call the waveguides?
Yeah, yeah. They're part of the power source control mechanism and the the waveguide is what I actually call the interlink between them, but that's the gravitational engine. They had one of those devices out along with the subsystem that connects it. So they can produce the power from the reactor, it runs the gravity amplifier, and they can focus and change the gravity beam that comes out of it. They took, speaking of Barry, took a candle, put it close to the mouth of it, lit it, a normal flickering candle flame, and then activated the reactor. The gravity wave came out as expected, and the candle flame remained luminous and stopped moving. And
Which defies physics.
yeah, because
The
look, if it's going to
photons-
freeze it, the photons should stop being emitted. If it's going to, change the characteristics. Look, how can the combustion continue to take place without the convection inside the flame? Because actually, the reason a flame is elongated is not really because of the heat, it's because of gravity. Because gravity pulls down and convection moves flames upward. It's why in a zero gravity environment, flame is a ball, obviously. There's nothing to pull things around. But anyway, if you negate the gravity around it, why is it still pointy? How can it still be making light? And why doesn't it move? Well, I mean, from what Barry said, it's not just gravity, but it's also time locked. You've distorted the
frame of time.
Yeah, they essentially froze a piece of time there, and what do you say? I mean, it's empirical evidence. You're looking at it. It's not a.
See it.
It doesn't make sense that you could see it. And look, the stuff I saw there was the most unbelievable, literally, because it defied what we knew as physics. And at least I thought it did. And maybe what we knew was a little incorrect and just needed viewing from a different.
So there you guys go, straight from the horse's mouth. When I came across this interview, I had to show this to you guys. Now, some people still don't like Bob Lazar. They're still skeptical about the things that he's done. Educational background, which we'll get into at some point. I might do a whole video on him. But he's been right about some of the flying saucers, how they kind of tilt up on their side. There's a video clip showing that, and they fly on their side. So he's been right about a lot of things, from the way these craft fly to even mentioning some things about Element 115. When he talked about that in 1989, they were kind of ridiculing about that, and now, it's just a lot more to him. And that's why, in my opinion, he's probably one of the #1 whistleblowers out there. I think that he still has some Element 115. That's what's kept him with us all this time. So anyway, guys, put your comments down what you guys think about this. I think this was pretty fascinating. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. You guys stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.